Hello, thanks for joining me. It's Janice, author of Unlock Your Voice, The Secrets to Singing, and head vocal coach of Life Academy. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about interval recognition because it's important for singers to be able to recognize the differences between notes instead of just pitching notes. So for instance, instead of just singing, most of the time in singing, it's more than just one note. You actually have to recognize the relationship between that note and other things like So how do we do this? How do we get better at recognizing patterns, musical patterns? Well, you can start by teaching yourself how to recognize the major intervals, for example, in music theory. Now, if you take a look at this, my brilliant drawing, can you see how straight my lines are? Fantastic, isn't it? What can I say? I'm quite the artist. So, we're going to start with the few major intervals as a start because we don't want to dive into anything too complicated for now. And I'm going to give you an example of how you can make it easy for yourself to recognize patterns and train your musical ears to be better at recognizing patterns. So I'm going to give you the major third, and it looks like this on the piano score and sounds like this. Da-da, da-da. So how do we recognize this the moment we hear it? It's easy. Attach a song to this. Da-da. For example, the blue Danube. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So again. Da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So even if I change the key, for example, to somewhere up here, you can still hear it. Da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. There you go. Okay, let's try a different one. Just now, that one was the major third. Now, the major fifth, which sounds like this. One more time. So this one, what comes to mind is the Star Wars theme. Again. Figure it out just by attaching, that interval, the major fifth, to a song like Star Wars. All right, one more, major seventh, and it sounds like this. So a song that comes to mind for me would be Superman. All right. Okay, again. So that tells me it's the major seventh. So you can actually play a game with someone now, get someone to play the piano, play two notes, and you recognize the intervals. Of course, there are more than these three intervals. So you have to attach a song to every interval. But for now, let's just test these three intervals out, okay? I'm going to ask Stephen, who's behind the camera, to press something here, some random notes here, and I'm going to cover my eyes, okay? And I'll just recognize them purely by listening. Okay, so that is da 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 da, the blue Danube, which is the major third. Correct? Yeah. Yay! Okay, so let's try another one. Da 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 da, which is the Superman theme, major seventh.
Yeah.
Last but not least. You don't have to play them fifth, okay? You can play whichever. That is the fifth. Da, 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 da. Okay, Steven's trying to make it easy for me. But basically what he was doing was he was changing the key. So he's just playing it anywhere, right? Just playing the same interval, and I'm able to recognize it because I've attached a melody to it. So doing this, just playing games with your friend or, recognizing intervals can actually train your ears to recognize patterns well. And this will contribute a lot in singing. So try it, practice it, and hopefully that will help you on your journey in pitching better and singing better. Now, if you do have questions, remember, you can always post your questions below. Otherwise, you can also find me on unlockyourvoice.com.my.